Welcome back. Hurricane Helene is taking quite a toll on our region, especially financially. Costs continue to pile up across the region for repair and flood damages. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel live in Unicoi County. Ansley, give us an update on the economic impact in Unicoi County.
Yeah, Helene definitely took its toll in many ways, and I'm here with the Economic Development Director, Austin Finch. Austin, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Well, first off, we know that Helene came through and took so much from the region, but it really busted up the economic core of Unicoi County, and how so?
Well, I mean, essentially, it's like a bomb went off in every major driver of economic the economy of Unicoi County. Our major drivers are, blue collar manufacturing, the railroad, which built this town and still is a major factor. A lot of operations still exist here. Outdoor recreation, something that's been growing and provides a lot of income for our businesses, a lot of employment. And then there's also just those who just pass through on I-26 who bring a lot of revenue to businesses, a lot of tax revenue, and all that was cut out as well. So it really hit pretty much the four main drivers of what keeps business going in Unicoi County. A
lot of those things that you just mentioned, folks don't really think about, but one thing that people have been thinking about is the industrial park. Let's talk a little bit about what that has been like since that's been physically wiped out.
Yeah, so it's particularly devastating because people think about the jobs, right? 250 jobs, in losing that much employment in a county this small. It essentially doubles our unemployment rate by itself overnight. It's more than just the jobs, though, and having that kind of foundation for our residents. It's the kind of security it provides a broader economy, having these large industries that pay property tax and alleviate the burden on individual residents. They pay utility bills. They're big providers of what maintains our grid and our sewer systems. They're big payers of that. And this impact is far-reaching beyond just the immediate job loss. It's about the economic future of the county.
And you did mention the railroad a little bit earlier. What was the impact on the railroad and also the hospital as well, two industries that a lot of people might not think about every day here anymore?
Yeah, so the railroad used to have bigger operations here, and those have mostly moved out. But the railroad itself too is a big property taxpayer in its own way. The railroad has been largely washed out between here and North Carolina, and they're working on making those repairs. We've made arrangements at a local level to assist with those repairs and getting those operations going again. But still a major devastating impact. The hospital is crucial. Everybody obviously knows about the value of having health services, in rural communities like ours. Our proximity to Johnson City is good, and the Johnson City Medical Center. If you're in Irwin, you're maybe 20 minutes away. But if you're in Flag Pond, you're 30 minutes from Irwin. You can't. If you have an emergency room visit, that's dangerous to add that amount of extra time. But it also kind of comes down to our industries too. Our most major employer, Nuclear Fuel Services, it's crucial for them to have facilities like a hospital nearby, as part of their safety precautions, and so in any new industry that want to locate here also wants those kind of facilities in a community that they locate to. So, restoring those services and bringing back a hospital is very crucial for Unicoi County.
All right, well, Austin, thank you so much for all this great information. I know that you have been working tirelessly on all of this and getting all these figures for us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we have a little bit more coming up. We'll continue that conversation on the hospital. We'll be talking to the mayor again. We'll also be hearing from the superintendent a little bit later on for schools. And, of course, we'll have an update on the roads. But for now, Casey, I'll go ahead and send things back to you.
Ansley, thank you very much. Great information from Austin, and they will continue to rebuild and make Irwin and Unicoi County better than it's ever been. I have no doubt.